Hey everybody, welcome to Visual Communication Media. My name is Adam Rozeski. It's a pleasure to see each and every one of you. Welcome to term 1 for the fall quarter. Hope everybody's excited to be here. Again, my name is Adam Rozeski. I'm going to be guiding you over the next 5.5 to 6 weeks and talking about visual communication. And you're probably wondering and probably taking a look at everything and saying, like, what is visual communication? I mean, I communicate visually. I use images and messages all the time, so it should be simple. But there's more to it, surprisingly. And you might not think it pertains to what you're doing, but or your major or anything like that. But no matter what you're going into or what different field or anything, you're going to use it in some manner or form. If you're creating a form or you're using some type of visual signals or communication, if there's symbols that you need to understand, like in a hospital, or if you're doing design work where you're trying to have a user understand how to use systems, visuals are everywhere. Letters are visuals, images, symbols, and understanding why they're built and how they're meant to communicate to others is super important no matter what industry you're in. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about. So welcome, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of talks and discussions, really taking a look at different visuals and how they work in different ways. And it's going to be a blast, I promise you. But just a little bit of background about myself. I started all sorts of jobs. I went to Penn State, tried to be an engineer and a hockey goalie. Tore my knee out. My brother had brain surgery, so that ended pretty quickly. But I was a competitive gamer as well growing up. Played some games known as like Gran Turismo, Battlefront 2, multiple MMOs like World of Warcraft, EverQuest, and all those Star Wars Galaxies, and was a big player versus player competitor. But eventually I wanted to learn how to create video games, and so I ended up going to UCF in Full Sail, got my bachelor's in entertainment business, and then I double mastered in project management and game design. And in video games, we use a ton of visuals to try and teach the user without being there, and that's what's really important with visuals from my field, but there's a lot of different areas where you can utilize this. Now, I've worked for a ton of different companies. I worked for GP Games, Activision, EA as a producer and an analyst. I then became a operations manager and then a senior project manager for Wayson and Mass Virtual. Now I teach for a living. I run my own secondary business for consultant, and I teach high school and college now, and just trying to enjoy life and be with my son a lot of times since there was a lot of travel with everything. But I've actually, 40 games is a little low. I've actually worked on over 50 in my career and about 35 military projects as well. So I've bounced around a little bit. But I just want to introduce you to the types of assignments that you're going to get and the types of information. We'll talk more about lecture and how to complete this. When I go through lecture, I teach you how to do the live lecture assignments, and then I also give you examples in different areas to understand how to do your written assignments and your discussion assignments, so you kind of have an idea what you need from me, because a lot of times when you take an online course, it's kind of hard to see because I'm not there to teach you personally. So I like giving examples and details. And I'm a pretty thorough grader, so I give a lot of like honest feedback right out the gate. So it might be a little bit jarring at first, but eventually you'll get why I do the things that I do. That's why I give you examples and ways to go about it so you're prepared to do these assignments, and that's what's really important. And I do 2 announcements every week, not including the lectures, and each announcement is different, and there's some things that are not on the lecture that are in the announcement, so it's important to take a look at everything and see what's out there that's important. But so we have discussions and written assignments. Discussions are always due, their initial posts are due on Tuesday, reply posts on Saturday. The final day, of course, since we only have like a 2-day week on week 6, is November 6th, and the only difference that this makes is your initial post and reply posts are going to be due on the 6th itself, so which is the 5th actually. So make sure you turn in everything by then. Your written assignments are also due Sunday as well, except for the final day, which will be the 6th. That'll be important as well, and so that way you're good to go. Now, lectures, they're always going to be on Tuesdays each week at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, except for week 6. That'll be on Sunday. That way you have at least 2 or 3 days before you start the lecture, and that would be cool. So you at least have those 2 or 3 days before you have to turn in everything, because that last day is on Tuesday. But what happens if I miss a lecture? I know everybody's busy. I mean, I have a couple jobs myself. I have a family. I have 2 kids and a wife, and I play hockey and have a bunch of D&D sessions. Like I bounce around, so I get that you might also have families and multiple jobs and everything. You don't have to be at lecture, but you need to make sure you watch the recordings, and it's tied to your attendance, the live lecture assignment. So the one thing that I do ask is please make sure you turn in your live lecture assignments on time, because if you don't, they're automatic zeros since they're pass fails. So they're tied to your attendance, and that's what affects that. So make sure you get those in. Now, you can turn in your other assignments late. That's fine, and I'll work with you. But if there's an emergency or something's going on. But for your live lectures, those need to be turned in by Sunday no matter what. Unless you contact me ahead of time, then we can work something out because they're tied to your attendance. But I'll show you in lecture on Tuesday how they work and how you need to record them and everything and what's the aspect about that. Now, the only other class of expectations I have is late assignments are 5% of your grade each day they're late. Once it hits 7 days, it turns into an automatic 0, all right? But contact me if something's going on. Don't wait till the last minute. Like, don't wait 5 weeks. Then we get to that last week 6 when we only have 2 days left and you want to do every single assignment. That's just going to put you so far behind. Contact me ahead of time. Like, talk to me when things are going on. The more you communicate with me, the more I'm going to help you out and the more I'm going to balance your schedule out. Another thing is, there's a lot of feedback we give on discussion posts because we do a lot of analysis and understanding things and adding more to posts and trying to give feedback to people. So just be courteous and respectful in your discussion posts, but be thorough. I ask for about 2 paragraphs per post, 4 paragraphs total, like 2 for your reply post, 2 for your initial post, and about 4 to 5 sentences a piece. So just don't give me like one sentence and be like, yeah, I like that. That's great. No, just add some detail, add some focus, bring examples so people can add more to those discussion posts, and that's what's really important. But the only other thing I ask is just 2 rules. Just I hope you have discovered and have some fun, learn something out of this, and apply it to some of the work that you're going to do down the road. But other than that, that's all I got. Excited to meet everyone. Again, lecture this week is Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll see everybody. I posted the links on the announcements and also the rubrics all the time on the announcements, plus the Teams channel should be open as well with everything in the calendars. Each has a link for there, and the meetings are going to be driven through Teams. That way you can see everything through the calendars and stuff. But other than that, if you have any questions accessing anything or need help trying to find something, just let me know, and I'd be happy to help you out. Other than that, excited to meet everybody. Can't wait to see everyone in lecture. Take it easy. Hope you have a great week, and hope everyone has a good one. All right, thanks. Take it easy. See you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.